All right, guys, welcome to the session, and I hope all of you guys are doing good. So let's get started. Basically, we have scheduled this session for helping you guys to approach on how we can solve the SQL queries. Same way, we'll start with Tableau and Python as well later on, but starting with SQL. And we'll try to solve as many problems as possible. As of now, in the first class, we'll take 2, 3 problems, but as and when we'll proceed further, we'll have more questions coming in. So let's start with the first problem. So I have created one database, which is interview prep, and it consists of 3 tables. Here, data volume is not a challenge. I am not going to use much data volume. The main idea for this session is to basically go ahead and help us understand that how we can write the queries, right? How we can write the queries. So let's assume again, we'll go with a business understanding, right? And then we'll take the data set and then we'll try to solve step by step. So identifying customers who purchased from multiple categories, find customers who have purchased books from at least 3 different categories. Now, what is the business scenario here? The business scenario is basically I want to identify high value customers through multi-category purchase, right? My customer is purchasing on multiple categories, and from that, I need to find out the high value customers. It's a, let's say, a growing online bookstore. Let's say maybe any company, let's say Readmore. Readmore is one company, let's say, a hypothetical company, and they are planning to expand because they are fast growing online store and it offers very different types of books, right, across multiple categories like maybe technology, fiction, cooking, history, and so on. While sales are growing, the company struggles with customer retention and wants to better understand customer purchase behavior. That is, let's say, one of the use cases which we have. The marketing team notices that some customers buy books across different categories, while some stick to only single category. And what they want is they want to increase the revenue and also increase the customer loyalty. So company decided that they need to identify customers who actively explore multiple categories and design strategies to keep them engaged, right? Again, this is all a hypothetical story which we are thinking, and then we'll get the data and then we'll try to go ahead and try to solve. So the main idea here is that I want to come up with a customer segmentation. I want to do some customer segmentation where I will try to solve certain problem statements. For example, let's say I want to know who are the most engaged customers, right? Which customer is quite frequently coming in and purchasing the product or books, whatever it is. Which customer explore multiple categories instead of just one, right? So I also want to understand some customers who are not only stick to one category, but at least having 3 or 4 categories or multiple categories. How will I give the incentives, right, based on the cross category purchase? For example, let's say I'm purchasing a product or purchasing a book on technology, on fiction, or on comedy, whatever. So if I'm purchasing more different type of genres, right, so I should get certain incentive as well, right? So how I can give the incentive to my customer. My customer should get that incentive. So that is what we have to work on. That is what we'll try to do. And here I have created 3 tables. We have the books, customers, and orders table. So let me show you the data first. So here you can see that we have certain books coming in. Few of technologies, fictions, cooking, history, there are different books. As I mentioned, data volume is not that much because the main idea of this particular sessions is to understand how to write the queries, right? How to approach to solve the problem statement. The second table which we have is customers. So here you can see that we have 4 different customers. And at the same time, we have the orders table as well. And these are the various orders. which was happened. Here we have the order ID, customer ID, book ID, and order date. Customer ID will be available in the customers table as well, so I can very well join that. And at the same time, books ID is also present in the book table, so I can join the book table with order table as well, right? So that is how the connection will be. I can join customer table with the orders table using customer ID, and books table with the orders table using the books ID. Now, my interest is what? My interest is that I want to come up with certain scenarios, right? I have to come up with certain scenarios. I want to derive certain information from this. Our requirement is that I want to identify which customer purchased at least three different categories, right? I want to find out which customer purchased at least three different categories. So the very first thing is, as I always mentioned in my sessions as well, that I will get the relevant data first of all, because that is important for me. And I'm looking for the categories, right? So if you go to the book, there's a category column, and this is important column for me. Customer name is important for me, and at the same time, customer ID also I will take it. So I have to join my customer table, or I can say I will first join the books table with the orders table, and then orders table with the customer table. Whichever way you want to join, you can go for it, right? But I need all the three. I need all the three tables data, because it's a mix of all the three tables information which I want to capture. So the very first approach is my interest. Again, my end goal is that I want to find at least three different categories. A customer who is purchasing at least three different categories is the requirement. So my step one will be, I will join orders table, book table, and customer table, right? So orders table, books table, and customers table. Just to get the relevant data, right? Just to get the relevant data, we have to do this. So let's just select star from orders O, right? I'll do inner join books B on O dot book ID or book underscore ID is equal to B dot book underscore ID. So when I run this, I'll get the information. As of now, the data which I have prepared in a way that I will have all the customers, and like if I do the inner join, I will get all the information, right? So I am very much sure that with the inner join, all the records will be coming in. No skip, no record will skip, right? So that's why I'm not thinking about how the data is and all, because I'm aware how the data is. So I'll go with inner join. I'll further go and do a join on my third table, which is the customers table, right? So I'll say inner join customers on C dot customer ID is equal to O dot customer ID, right? So this is my information again I have, where I will further go ahead and I will check, and you can see that all the information coming in. Here you can see all the customers and other details coming in. Let's say I will choose customer ID, O dot customer ID, O dot customer name, and B dot category. Right? These three columns is what I'm taking in: customer underscore name. Let's go to check the column name, customer underscore. Okay, it will be from C, right? Because customer name is present in the C table. All right. So now here you can see that we have the customer details coming in and corresponding categories coming in. From this query, what insights I am getting? The insight which I am getting is that it is helping us to see which customer purchased books for which particular category. So that is the first approach. Again, this is the first step for solving this particular requirement, at least three different categories. So I got the information where I have all the customers and their corresponding categories on which they purchase the product. Now, once that is done, my interest is what? My interest is that I want to apply the distinct, because as of now, you can see that there can be a duplicate also. I'll apply the distinct on this to just be very much sure that I will get the distinct category itself. So here I'll say distinct, or I can say distinct category. Or let me do one thing. Let me write another query. So basically now I will apply the count. I want to count the unique categories for per customer. So basically distinct categories which they are purchasing or which they are buying. So I'll connect to the table again. Select O dot customer ID, comma C dot customer name, comma count of distinct of B dot category as category count from orders inner join books on O dot book ID is equal to B dot book ID. I'll further join it. Inner join customers C on O dot customer ID is equal to C dot customer ID. And as we are applying the count, that is the aggregation, I have to apply the group by as well. So group by O dot customer ID, comma C dot customer name. So now when I run this query, you can see that I am getting straight away distinct category counts where people purchased different categories, and clearly you can see that Alice and Bob, these are the two people who actually have the category count equal to 3. Others are also there where Charlie is having 4 count, which is also my customer, which I am interested in. And David purchased 2 categories only. So from here, I can get the insight that how many different categories each customer has explored, right? How many different categories each customer has explored. Now, the final step which I have to perform is what? I want to find all the customers where the count is more than equal to 3, because that was the actual requirement, at least 3 different categories. So I'll go ahead and I'll modify this query. Everything will remain the same. I will apply the having clause in this, right? So here I'll say having count of distinct of B dot category is more than equal to 3. So now here you can see the output coming in, which is basically showing me all the customers which are having at least 3 different categories purchase, right? So the final insight which I can get from this data is that these are the customers who are highly engaged. Again, that was the business criteria, and this criteria is very much accepted by these customers. And I can say that these are the highly engaged readers who are interested in the multiple genres. Now, what benefit we are getting from here as a business? Again, when we are solving any problem statement, we should be aware that what type of business, what type of benefits I will get, right? So the benefit which you are getting is obviously by implementing this entire solution, business will gain, maybe I can say personalized marketing I can do, right? I can do recommendations. Customer who are buying from multiple categories can be targeted with personalized recommendations based on their interest. Loyalty and retention. If they are, again, as they are purchasing product from various categories and more purchases happening. And as of now, this particular query is giving me how many category counts on which they are purchasing, right? If I want to get more details, how many times they purchase, so that will give me more information. But as of now, the business criteria is that more categories they are purchasing is what their criteria is. And based on that, if I can say that these are the high value customers, then I can maybe come up with any program like Book Explorer loyalty point or program, right? So I can give that, which will help them to get discounts on special bundles or early access to the new books, right? So that type of thing I can do. And while we are doing the cross selling, in that case, obviously it will help me to grow the revenue extensively. For example, if a customer buys a fiction book and if we have used a listing function just after select function, would that be given the would that be given the different result? No, as such not, right? Because listing will be what? Uh, in the select clause we have three. That's fine. If I put the distinct at the start also, that is also fine. Because we are only selecting this, so it will give me the distinct of this three. That is also okay. So yeah, where I was, yeah. So I can come up with the cross selling. When I do the cross selling, then what will happen? If a customer is buying a fiction book, then maybe I can recommend him a history book as well, or maybe some book which is on the similar themes, right? So that type of thing I can do. If my customer is buying a cooking book, then I can suggest some health related books, nutrition related books, so that I can do. And that will increase my overall average order value, right? Average order value is nothing but when a customer is purchasing a product, and if they are purchasing more products, so automatically the average order value will increase. In per order, I have a lot of revenue coming in, right? Rather than just imagine if I'm purchasing a one book, it is going to give me less revenue. If I'm purchasing more books, in that case, it is going to give me more revenue. So my interest is that I want to go ahead and I want to uh, proceed further and I want to plan in a way that they will purchase more books. That is the idea which business has. Finally, customer insights for business expansion, which I can do, right? So knowing which categories people are more frequently exploring. So I can optimize my inventories, optimize the pricing for that particular inventories or that particular categories for future business decisions. So that is the benefit which I will get from this particular type of problem statement. And yes, that is the first problem statement which we have. Are you guys clear with this, all of you? This was a simple problem, and I hope this makes sense. Any doubts on this? Let me know. All right. So now let's go to the second one. I'll share all these queries with you. Let me drop these tables because I will have some same type of table coming in. So now let's get into the second problem. Okay. So now what we have to do, this problem will be a bit of a, not very complex, but yes, bit of a complex and more advanced functions we are going to use in this, right? So let's start. Find customers who have placed orders in consecutive months. A company wants to identify customers who have placed orders in two or more than two consecutive months, right? I have two tables here, customers table and the orders table, and we are going to use that and we'll try to get the insights. Again, before we proceed further, let's imagine a solution. Imagine a problem statement. Customer retention is basically a challenge, right, in the e-commerce business, and they have to come up with the ideas so that they can retain the customers. So imagine there's a company, let's say Quick Reads, again an online book retailer that serves thousands of customers each month. Again, the data volume which we have is less because the main idea is that to how to write the queries, how to approach to the queries. So data volume you will not see much in these type of interview questions which we are going to deal with. So while company sees strong one-time purchase, customers are coming in, they are purchasing quite extensively, but one-time purchase is good. But customer retention is a problem. For example, I'm purchasing a book, but I'm not coming back to the store. So retention is what they are looking for, right? So that is the idea. So whichever customer coming in, I want him to come back again and purchase the product, purchase the book. So marketing team observes that some customers place repeat orders across different months, while other purchase once and never return. The company needs to identify loyal customers who are placing orders in consecutive months as they represent high engagement and long-term customers or long-term high-value customers. So the business problem is clear cut that I want to identify the customers who are like consistently engaged with us. And I once I identify them, I will do some plans with them. So they have to work on three questions. The first question is which customers return to purchase in consecutive months? How can we leverage this information to boost the retention? And at the same time, can we design any loyalty program to encourage repeat purchases? Right. So that is the business problem which they are looking for. The data which we have is we have two tables as of now. One is the customer table, and second is the orders table. And while I do the analysis, right, I'll maybe think of identifying uh, some of the personalized promotions and engagement strategies for these customers. Now, the very first thing which I will do, my interest is what? My interest is that I want to know consecutive months how the things are going on, right? Whether they are purchasing the product on consecutive months or not. So let me go and check. There is a table called orders table where the order date is there, and order date will help me to get the month, right? We have the year and we have the month there because we have the order date column in that. So let's go to the table. One is the customers table, and second is your orders table. Simple table. I can connect customer ID with the customer table, and that is it. Simple table we have. But my interest is I want to go ahead and I want to find out whether my customer is purchasing multiple months or not, consecutive months or not. That is the interest. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and I will get the customer ID. I'll get the customer name if I want, and I will extract the month and year from the data set. That is the main thing which I first want. So I'll join these two tables and I will extract the year and month from the order date. And then I will analyze the monthly order trends, how the order is going on. Right. So let's connect the tables. So there's the join which we have done. I will choose customer ID. I will choose, I want year and month, right? So I can fetch out using, there is an extract function which I can use. I can use any other function also, whichever function we want, we can go for it. Right. So we have discussed that multiple functions as well in the MySQL sessions. So extract is one of the functions where I want to extract year from order date as order year and extract month from order date as order month. So when I run this query, we'll get customer let's say C dot. Okay. So here you can see that we have the order year coming in, we have the order month coming in. Year does not matter because year is 24 only. So it's like 1 year. If we have multiple years, then it will matter. But as of now, it's all 2024. But this matters. This is what we are looking for. So from this particular query, the insight which I can get is this will give me a structured data to analyze orders at the monthly level, right? What all orders happened at the monthly level and which customer was there. I can clearly see as of now that this customer is coming quite consecutively. Here I don't see that consecutiveness. Here I can see, but it's a smaller data. So obviously I can find it out, but I need a query which will be more of a dynamic. If the data volume is big, then also I can take care of that. So now my interest is I will go ahead and I will apply another function on this particular data set, which is known as lead function, right? So we'll apply the lead functions and we'll apply the lead function and we'll try to see how it's gonna work. So in this query, we'll use lead function to check if a customer placed an order in the next month or not, right? So let's go and check how we can do that. So in this query only, I will modify it further. So let me copy this. And here I'll apply the lead, extract year from order date over partition by customer ID, right? Because I want to apply the lead on every customer and I want to just check whether they are repeating the purchases or not. So partition by customer ID and let's say order by order date. I want to sort the data in the order date as let's say next year, right? I'm just giving some random column name. And same way I'll do for month also. I'll copy this. And let's say this is my next month. And this will become month. And let's see what happens. So now here you can see that some interesting outcome coming in, and let's spend some time on this and let's see basically what this outcome is. Just give me a second. I'll open my pen. All right. So now let's see what is going on. Let's try to understand what is actually this query is giving us. So we applied the lead on, give me a second, back on. All right. So we are applying the lead on year and month. And here you can see that some output is coming in. What lead does we are already aware of, right? Lead basically, if I am having data like this, 1, 2, 3, here I will get 2, here I will get 3, right? Lead is nothing but the aage wala record will go to the back. This record will go to the back, right? That is how the lead function works. So you can see straight away, year does not matter as I mentioned, because all year is your 2024 only. But if you focus on the month column, we have the 1, next record is 2, and that 2 is going there. Next record is 3, that 3 is going there. Same way for this 1, this is happening for every customer, right? This is happening for every customer. So this record, the next record is this. So this will go there. Same way for the next customer. This record is the next, which is going there. Then this record is going there. And same way for the customer number 4 also. 3 is there, 4 is there, and 4 is going there, right? So that is clearly giving me the next month. So that is my current month. That is the next month. This next month can be consecutive. This next month can be gap also. For example, if you see here, there is a gap. From 2, it was 4. It was not 3. So it's purely based on what this data is. It is just shifting there. That is what lead function does. Now, once this information I have, now how this information will help me? The insight as of now, which I got is we can now compare the consecutive months for each customers, right? I can check it out. 1, 2, yes. 2, 3, yes. 3 null. After that, he did not come. 1, 3, there is a gap. 3 null. After that, he did not come. 1, 2, yes. 2, 4, there is a gap. After 2, he did not come on the third. He came on the fourth month. 3, 4, after 4, he did not come. So I'm getting certain information from here that yes, how the things are going on. But now in this query, I have to modify a bit, right? I have to modify this query a bit because I just want the information, which is like the frequent customers, the consecutive months while customers, right? So now I want to identify with the orders, with the order which are in the consecutive months, right? So we'll filter those customers whose next order is exactly 1 month after the current order, right? So that information is what I want to apply. So I'll go ahead and I will write this query further. I have to modify this query a bit. So I'll copy this query. And in this query, I have to make the change. Obviously, some filter condition I have to apply, right? So rest all the columns are pretty much okay. I'll just select star from, I'll took this entire query, right? Let's say up till here. This is my TBL. Okay. Now I will add two conditions. One condition for the year, because as of now, see, I have only 1 year, but in future I may have 2 years. Let's say some guy coming in the December 2023 and January 2024, right? So both are consecutive, right? So I have to write certain conditions like that. So here I will say where my next year is basically this column, which we got from the lead. And that's why I created the subquery as well, because next year is the derived column. So I cannot directly write this. I needed a subquery. I needed a derived table. So next year is equal to order year. That means your next year is equal to order year. That is basically nothing but when you are in the same year, January to February 2024. It's the same year. Feb to March, same year, 2024. March to April, same year, 2024, and so on. So as of now, I'm taking care of the condition where year is same, month is consecutive. Then I will consider another scenario where year is different and month is consecutive, right? That also I have to take care of. So let's go and write that. First of all, let me complete this part. Where next year is equal to order year and my next month is equal to whatever your order month is plus 1, right? So here I'll say order month plus 1. So this is taking care of your those customers who are consecutively coming in the same year. As of now, I'm not taking care of the next year. This part will take care of that scenario. Now I'll take the another scenario where the year is also changing. Customer came in December and January also he came. So here I'll say next year is equal to order year plus 1 and order month is equal to 12 and next month is equal to 1, right? So basically, just understand this 2023. Let's say my next year, sorry, order year is 2023. My next year should be what? 2023 plus 1, 2024. So my next year should be 2024 and order month is 12 and next month will be 1 because this is December and this January. And now when I run this query, I am going to get only those customers who came consecutively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you guys getting this, all of you? What's going on here in this query? All right. So that is how we will approach. Again, it was not a very simple query, but it was a bit of a tricky query. Please explain again the last one. Okay. See, this is my data set where I have customer ID, order year, order month, next year, and next month. Right? What is my interest? हमारा इंटरेस्ट क्या है कि बंदा कंसेक्यूटिवली अगर आया है तो मैं उसको प्रायोरिटी दूंगा. So for example, let's say customer ID 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Right? This is the data. Let's say 2024 में आया. Let's say आया तुम्हारा अप्रैल में. अब मैंने लीड लगाया था. तो लीड लगाने से क्या है, उसका अगला रिकॉर्ड जो है, ये सपोज 2024 है, ये है तुम्हारा 5, और ये तुम्हारा 2024 है, और ये है तुम्हारा 9. राइट? ये मेरा इसका एक्चुअल है. पहले अप्रैल में आया था, फिर मई में आया, फिर वो सितंबर में आया. इसका देख लेते हैं. ये 2024 में आया, लेट्स से 11 को, नवंबर को. 2024 में आया 12 को. इसका देख लेते हैं. ये 2024 में आया 12 को, 2025 में आया 1 को, एंड 2025 में आया लेट्स से 4 को. अप्रैल, अभी अप्रैल आया नहीं, बट लेट्स अज्यूम कि आ चुका है. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पर ये जो कॉलम थे मेरे लीड लगे थे इन दोनों पे. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ये इसका तो नल रहेगा. राइट? 20, सॉरी, इसका नहीं, आगे का. सो इसका क्या रहेगा, 2024 4. इसका लीड क्या है, ये है. तो ईयर हो जाएगा 2024, और ये हो जाएगा 5. राइट? इसका क्या होगा, इसका होगा 2024 और 9. राइट? इसका क्या, इसका नल हो जाएगा बिकॉज इसके पास कोई अगला रिकॉर्ड नहीं है. राइट? बिकॉज वी आर पार्टीशनिंग बाय द कस्टमर. नेक्स्ट वाले पे क्या होगा, 2024, और ये हो जाएगा 12, और इसका क्या हो जाएगा, नल हो जाएगा बिकॉज दो ही रिकॉर्ड्स थे. इस वाले में क्या है, ये 2024 का 2025 हो जाएगा, 2025 हो जाएगा, और ये 1 हो जाएगा. ये क्या होगा, 2025 हो जाएगा, और ये 4 हो जाएगा, और ये क्या होगा, ये नल होगा, ये नल होगा. राइट? यहाँ तक क्लियर है संदीप? व्हाट वी डिड टिल नाउ, लीड. राइट? नाउ व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज नेक्स्ट ईयर इज इक्वल टू ऑर्डर ईयर, एंड नेक्स्ट मंथ इज इक्वल टू ऑर्डर मंथ प्लस 1. मतलब मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, नेक्स्ट ईयर और ऑर्डर ईयर सेम होना चाहिए, और नेक्स्ट मंथ तुम्हारा ऑर्डर मंथ से एक ज्यादा होना चाहिए. वो वाले रिकॉर्ड दिखाओ मेरे को. मतलब कि ऑर्डर ईयर और नेक्स्ट ईयर सेम होना चाहिए, और ऑर्डर मंथ से एक ज्यादा नेक्स्ट मंथ होना चाहिए. तो ये कंडीशन मेरे काम की है. इस वाले में क्या है, ईयर तो सेम है, बट मंथ में एक ज्यादा नहीं है, 4 ज्यादा है. तो ये मेरे काम का नहीं है, तो ये हट जाएगा. इस वाले की तो बात ही नहीं होती बिकॉज यहाँ तो कुछ नहीं नल है, तो ये भी हट जाएगा. अब आते हैं 2 पे. ईयर सेम है और मंथ भी एक बड़ा है, तो ये मेरे काम का है, और ये मेरे काम का नहीं है. अब क्या बात थी, अब तो मेरा ईयर ही चेंज हो गया. तो उसके लिए मैंने नीचे वाली कंडीशन को टेक केयर किया. नेक्स्ट ईयर इज इक्वल टू ऑर्डर ईयर प्लस 1. नेक्स्ट ईयर is order year plus 1, 2024 plus 1 is 2025, and your order month is 12, next month is 1. Order month is 12, next month is 1. तो ये मेरे काम का है बिकॉज ये दिसंबर 24 में खरीदा था और जनवरी 25 में खरीदा, तो ये कंसेक्यूटिव मंथ है ना. तो आई वांट दिस गाय, सो दिस गाय कम्स इन. अब इसमें क्या हुआ, ये वाला बंदा मेरे काम का नहीं है, बिकॉज इसका ईयर सेम है बट तुम्हारे मंथ के बीच में गैप है, तुम्हारी ये वाली कंडीशन फेल हो रही है, और अगला वाला तो नल ही है, तो भी मेरे काम का नहीं है। तो मेरे पास कितने रिकॉर्ड्स आएंगे, ये 3 रिकॉर्ड्स आएंगे। गेटिंग इट? I have to ask, yeah, Vikas. Can we use lead window function on date field to get next row date and then use date difference to check whether the difference is more than 60? No need to extract in that case, I guess. Can we use lead on window function on date? Lead window, lead क्या है? Lead मुझे अगली रो दिखा रहा है, कर सकते हैं। लीड मुझे क्या दिखा रहा है, मुझे अगली रो दिखा रहा है ना। अगली रो में अगर तुम्हारा डेट है उसको तुम्हारा ऊपर कर देगा वो, उसके बाद तुम आपस में डिफरेंस कर सकते हो, और आपस में डिफरेंस करके 30 से कम होना चाहिए, वैसा भी कर सकते हो। बट वो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स लॉजिक हो जाएगा फिर वहाँ पे, वहाँ बहुत सारे कैलकुलेशंस करने पड़ेंगे। मतलब अगेन इट्स एन अप्रोच, राइट? यू कैन गो विथ एनी अप्रोच, but I can do lead on date absolutely, because it is just putting it, it is not doing any it's not restricted to any date field or something like that, right? So you can apply that. One problem can be solved using multiple ways, that is up to you which one is the best. But here the idea is that how to approach is what we are discussing. But that approach which you are saying is also fine. Perfect. So basically, while solving this problem, what we are basically getting the idea of who are my repetitive customers, right? Which will basically help me to come up with some targeted loyalty programs, right? I can come up with some monthly reader club type of program where I can give some discounts, exclusive previews, right? Free shipping, something like that I can come up with. Personalized marketing and retargeting we can do if I know that customer is quite coming in. So I can um, come up with some continuing purchase type of subscription based offers or bundles, which I can give. I can give reminders, I can give some incentives, which will obviously help my business, right? It can help me to do some predictions also, that okay, these many customers are coming in, so how much I can expect in the next month. So these are the benefits which you can get from this type of problem statement. All right, so now let's go to the third one. Let me again drop these tables. All right, so these are the now two tables coming in, where we have the employee table and the uh, promotion table. Now, what is the requirement here? The requirement is that employee promotions analysis, HR analytics, find employees who got promoted within 1 year of their last promotion. Almost on the same lines, the previous question which I have created, almost on the same lines here. Again, I have to check the difference in the year or something like that. So let's see how we can approach. Let's say there's a company, maybe let's say Tech Corp, a fast growing IT company, and it values employees' growth and promotions, and companies looking for actively track the promotion trends, right, to ensure fair career progression and retain the top talent. However, HR department has observed some employees getting promoted more frequently than others. And this is again raising a key questions. Are these rapid promotions based on merit or based on any decision making? Which employee may be consistently advanced within a short time? Can HR leverage this data and make some data driven promotion policies? So basically, the idea here is that I want to come up with a transparency or a employee satisfaction type of system which will help me to retain my employees. And in this, I have to find out as a HR the requirement which they have is they want to do a clear analysis of employees who are promoted within 1 year of their last promotion. Right. So if this is happening, that maybe they will come up with certain uh, ideas or some certain restrictions, something like that. Right. The data which we have is we have two tables. We have employee table, we have the promotions table. So let's go and let's check it out how the data looks like, and then we'll try to solve this problem. So select star from employees. Here you can see we have this data coming in, and same way select star from promotions. And here you can see we have this data coming in where we have the promotion ID, we have the employee ID, and clearly I can see that there is an employee with two promotion IDs. There is an employee with two promotion IDs. There is an employee with two promotion IDs, and there is an employee with two promotion IDs. Right. So again, looks like we have to do partition because we have to find out for each employee how the dates are. So looks like we have to do partition. Again, the partition concept gonna come. And again, maybe I have to take this date above or take this date below, something like that I have to do, right? So that I can calculate the year difference, right? So almost as I mentioned, it's almost on the same lines what we have solved in the previous exam. But here maybe I can use lag function because I want my chota date to be coming in front of bada date, something like that. So if you see here, this is like uh, 5611. Here you can see 412. This date is not looking that great to me. I think I may have to, okay, it's a year differences there, right? 2022 and 2023. So yes, this is fine. I wanted to check whether its data is sorted or not. Sorted as in for this employee, this should be the smaller date than this date, right? Because first entry should be the first promotion, second entry should be the second promotion. The second promotion date should be higher than the first promotion date. So this looks fine because year is different, right? So I will somehow take this guy in front of this and I can subtract or I can do some extraction or something like that, right? So let's go and let's write the query. So select employee ID, comma, promotion date. I'll apply the lag. Let's see what happens with the lag. You asked, right? Can we put the date? So here you can see promotion date is in the lag over partition by employee ID order by promotion date, previous promotion date from promotions. Right, so you can see I get this guy. Lag is what? Lag is nothing but your piche wala will come in the front, piche wala will come in the front, and so on and so forth. So from this, we are getting the insight that we can track the promotion history now, right? So how the promotion is happening, all the history I can very well track it. Now I want to identify that is the promotion happening in every year, something like that is what I need to find out. So I'll go ahead and I will modify this query further. I have to apply certain conditions. The condition would be obviously the difference of this and this. The year difference should be 1 or less than equal to 1, right? So that is what I want to go ahead with. And I don't want the nulls, right? This nulls I don't want. So let's apply the filter where I will say, or maybe I can apply the subquery because I need this previous promotion date in my further filtration. So select star from this entire table where previous promotion date is not null, right? So in that case, I will get only those employees who are like having, because the previous promotion date is null means that is the first record, right? previous promotion date null means that's the first record at the first time when they got the promotion. But I'm not looking for the first promotion date. I'm looking for the future promotion dates, right? Or next promotion dates. So that's why I'm putting null. So not null, so that I'll only get those dates where it's a second time promotion, right? Second time promotion or more than second time promotion. As of now, we have all the data with only two time promotions. So we are getting that information. Once that is done, I will go ahead and I will add one more condition and promotion date less than equal to date at previous promotion date interval 1 year, right? So here you can see that I am getting two employees where the previous promotion date is less than 1 year. He got promoted in 2022 October or January, 10th January, and he got promoted again on 9th of January. If I remove this condition, let me check other employees first, right? So let me remove this and let me remove this condition again. Here you can see that this was clearly less than 1 year. 15/5, 18/6. It's more than 1 year. So this should get out from the filter. 24, 15, 12. So there's also 24, 15, 12. This should be coming in, right? Because you can see that it's in the same year he got promoted twice. So this should be there. 10, 7, 28. So it's almost 2 years because it's 2021, it's 2023. So I think this record and this record should not come. Only 1 and 3 should come. Let's go and check it out. So when I run this, you can see that 1 and 3 is coming in, which is looking perfectly fine. Now I want other details like my employee name and all those things. I can get it out, right? I can directly call here employee name. For that, I have to join my employee table as well because I just get my this information and maybe I can here only say employee ID and I will join this further on select this. What is the problem here? Not null and this TPL. Select employee ID from. What am I missing here? One bracket I'm missing, I guess. This bracket. Motion delete this bracket. So this one table where this. Oh, let's do one thing. Let's rewrite it again. Inner part I will run. Up till here we are good. Up till here we are good. TBL1. Yes, let me do one thing. Let me call here only. Employee name, promotion date, this. Inner join employees on e dot employee ID is equal to p dot employee ID. Pyramid is on close. Promotion. Unknown column p dot employee ID on clause. P is what? P. Now it is fine. Yeah. Employee ID, comma, employee name. All right. So these are my two employees who are getting frequent promotions. Now, again, what is the benefit business will get? Obviously, they can come up with a proper promotion policies for and workforce management, ensuring fair promotions, right? Boosting employee retention and optimizing HR policies and training programs, aligning promotions with performance matrices. So these are the benefits which we get at the end of this particular problem statement. Are you guys clear till this point, all of you? All right, so let's take one more example then. We have some time. What's the time here? We have some time. We can take one more. Okay. So now the next requirement which we have is basically coming from a banking industry, and we have to solve this problem statement. So find customers who made transactions of more than $5,000 within 10 minutes, right? That is the requirement which we have to find out. So imagine there's a bank and it's a leading financial institution that processes millions of transactions daily. While digital banking is quite very much popular these days, it is making things very much vulnerable as well for having frauds, right? And we have to take care of that. We have to, uh, because fraudsters are very much often try to exploit the system and may have high value transactions. So I have to go ahead and I want to find out whether the transaction is fraudulent or not. So they have come up with a scenario that if a transaction made more than $5,000 within 10 minutes of the previous transactions, then in that case, I have to go ahead and I have to flag it as a fraudulent transaction. So the benefit which I will get while solving this type of problem statement is we can identify the suspicious transactions in real time. Are there any customers making multiple high value transactions in short time? Can we prevent any fraud before money leaves the account? Right. So all those things I can take care of. We have two tables. One is the customer table, second is the transactions table. And I have to go ahead and I want to get the information. Right. This is pretty much on the same lines again, which we have discussed. So now my task is that I want you to try this. from your side, right? So I'll give you this entire. The only thing is that we have now timestamp also coming into picture. So I wanted to explore how we can do the timestamp thing and how will I, because we have to find the difference in the minutes, right? So we have to again apply the lead lag, something like that, and we have to go and we have to find out. So I'll ping you this query on the chat and I want you to try this from your side. I'll give you 15 minutes. Then I will solve. Let's connect it. 2250. Alright, so let's start with the query building here. Let's try to understand how we can proceed. So again, first of all, we'll get the customer ID, the transaction amount, the transaction date, and at the same time, we will have to get the lead or lag type of concept to for every customer. Again, partition by customer ID will happen. So select customer ID, transaction amount, transaction date. I'll apply the lag here on transaction date over partition by customer ID, order by transaction date is my previous transaction date from transactions. Right, so same concept. You can see this date is coming in forward. This date is coming. So I have only two records. So this date is coming forward. That's it. For this, nothing will happen because my customer ID is completed. For next customer, this date is going here. And same way for next customer, this date is going there. And again, my interest is to do the subtraction here to get the information. Plus at the same time, I have to see the transaction amount as well, which should be more than 5,000. Two conditions. In the 10 minutes, if the transaction happened, plus 5,000 or more, right? So that is the condition which we have to go with. So in this query only, I'll further build, select star from this entire TBL, where my previous transaction date is not null, right? Because I'm looking for those transactions where one previous transaction happened, right? So is not null will give me only the latest transaction which has the previous transaction. And my transaction amount is more than 5,000. Only three records coming in. That time also, I think three records is only coming in. That time also three records coming in. So all the three transactions which happened having the transaction amount more than 5,000. The next part is I want to go and I want to see it should be 10 minutes, right? At least the difference should be 10 minutes. If you see the data set here, this happened in the 8 minutes, right? Within the 8 minute, the transaction happened. This happened in the 15 minutes gap, and this happened in the 5 minutes gap, right? So there is a 5-minute gap, 8-minute gap, and 15 minutes. So the expectation is this record and this record should be the output, right? The middle record should not come because there was a gap of 15 minutes. So here I'll apply one more function called timestamp and timestamp difference. Timestamp difference, where I have the minute. I want the minutes, right? So I'm a minute, minute, previous transaction date, comma, transaction date should be less than equal to 10. And that's it. So here you can see only those transactions coming in where the difference is less than 10. Here I use this function, you can subtract and you can manually do that also. That is also fine, right? Is that making sense, all of you? And then you can join with the customer table, get the customer names and all those things. That is pretty much we have discussed. So in this particular session, we have discussed one type of problem statement, right, which you may get where you have to apply the lead and lag, right? So I tried to cover one set of types of questions which you may get. In the next session, we will cover another set of type of questions which you may get, right? I'll give you certain assignments as well, so that you will start doing practice as well. So mostly tomorrow by end of day, you will get the assignment which you have to work on. It will be purely based on what we have discussed. More questions will be there on those same lines because that will give you more practice and that will help you that if some question comes in with the same lines, you will automatically understand that what the requirement is, and you can quickly write the query. So same way, we'll try to solve various different types of problems which you will get, and we'll try to create more practice by solving more same type of questions with a bit of different scenarios. All right, so I'll share all these files, all these codes with you. This is what I wanted to cover. Let me know if you like this session, then we will continue this for the future session till the time you guys are getting confidence in SQL. My intention is that to cover around 50 questions. Today I covered 4, and same way we'll have more questions coming in, and we'll try to make it around 50 with various different types, which will give you guys more confidence. Then we'll jump to Python and Tableau and Python. That is how the plan will be. All right, so I'll share the feedback link to you guys and kindly put the feedback. And I want the detailed feedback because I asked that type of feedback in the earlier session as well. I think support team gave you one feedback and it was not very much detailed. I want the detailed feedback because I am seeing that people are basically struggling while appearing for the interview. That means something is wrong. And that bottleneck, I want to find out what's wrong. Either it's a problem from our side or a problem for your side. So I need to fix that. That's why this session we started, so that after this, some improvement should may happen, right? So that is why this session was we planned and we started today. And yes, I'll give you one feedback link. Support team will give you one feedback link, and I need a detailed thing that where are you stuck, what problems you are facing, which topic you are not understanding, whatever you want. Just open your heart out and write it in detail, because I want the clear feedback. It will be anonymous. I will not ask for your names and all, but I need the detailed one. Right? What is the problem, and then we can plan the things, because a lot of job opportunities are coming in and it's looking very sad that you are giving 20, 25, 30 interviews and you are not able to clear, right? So that is really sad for me as a trainer. I will not like that, right? So I really want to know what's going on, what's wrong. So that's why please write your detailed feedback. All right, so we'll see you in the next class. Mostly we'll plan on Wednesday, but yeah, support team will get back to you. Till then, take care, guys.